So I fully expect Overtake to win tonight. Oh, hey, we got all 10 on the server. That means it's time for the knife round. So, chat, if you're ready for cinema after a great day of Counter-Strike, this is going to be like watching trashy reality TV after watching fine cinema. But you know what? We're here for it. It's North American CS. We have Anubis up first. We have Overtake Sector doing the knife thing because this is their map pick. Brahmas gonna make their way across the bridge. B-movies are the best anyway. I mean, that's fair. Hey, look, sometimes we all need a little bit of trashy reality TV after a good day of cinema. So, where's everybody going? So this is the other thing, is while the Overtake players are incredibly good, they can also be trolly. So, you know, here we have Intra holding out here in Beach after starting in T-spawn. And on the other side of things, and you can't see the mini-map right now, but Umar is holding over by Rugs. Now, because there are 3 players on CT and 2 on T, the CT will eventually win the knife round, but they're kind of wasting our time. Are they playing prop hunt? I don't know. Does this look like a prop to you? Intro's like, wait, guys, you left me behind. Here's Umar getting knifed. And Intro's like, wait, guys, you left me behind. So yes, if I say that this is trashy reality TV of North American Counter-Strike, this is why. Brahmas win the knife round. That means it's going to be just about time for the game to start. So I will see you in the server. You can see on your screen the prediction is still live. It will stay live until after the pistol round has ended. It sounds like we are just getting a little bit of chat in the server before the game itself actually begins. Oops, someone's got a whole lot of faith on the side of Brahmas. That's cool. Love to see that. All right. Should be GLHFs in the server, as we do now have all 10 players in, knife round complete, and pistol round just beginning. Overtake Sector versus Brahmas for the ESEA Season 57 Finals. Winner of this goes to the semis, and the winner of the whole deal will, I think, get promoted to ESL Challenger for the next season. Or if not, just have a handy payday for the VRS points. Be a slow start here for the Overtake Sector, taking just the usual map control, waiting to see if they can catch a hint of Brahmas, but Brahmas are also playing this one fairly quietly, fairly far back. The only one that's really moved up at all is Intra. Going to be hanging out with these 3 players on the A-bomb site, but just as I say that, is going to be backed away. A little bit of a challenge from Farg and E-Box. A little bit of damage being called out. Slash and Cameras will be the first one defeated here. Now the question is, where do Overtake go? Right into the dualies of luck. He'll carve up 2. Intra going to try his luck as well, but Jumble will stratter him. So as we head into the 2 versus 4, Ecstasy going to realize the B-bomb site has been left wide open. Overtake still taking this one quite slow. They'll get the smoke dropped to keep Brahmas out of the sight. A little bit of a head peek. Ecstasy will spot that. Ooh, good read as well. That Sacrifice is holding Pizza, but a little bit of damage caused will be still allowed to escape. His luck still looking for more kills on these dual Berettas. Sacrifice now looking to just defend the bomb, but only 1 kill and done as Ecstasy will secure that bomb and Brahmas come out on top of the pistol.
Bomb has been defused. Counter-terrorists win.
So if you're Overtake, you're just happy to get the bomb down. If you're Brahmas, though, Obviously feeling very good in the hands of luck with the 3K. Anubis being a little bit more of a T-sided map is one that if you do get that knife or that bomb down, the force buy comes through. So we'll see if Brahmas can force their way back into this one. We do have the Brahmas timeout to contend with first. See what these rifles have to say for the Overtake sector. Smoke over towards E-Box to start things off, allowing Overtake out into water. But the whole control for Brahmas could defend, or could hold back a serious amount of control off of the Overtake sector. Nade doing a little bit of damage off the bat. Good catch for Umar. One thing to call into question here is there's not a lot of A defense, and Slash might be the next piece of that. Luck going to be called up to fortify mid, but just a hail of gunfire sends him to the afterlife. So A-bomb site has been overrun by the Overtake sector. And meanwhile, Jason making sure that they don't get to rotate back either. So Farg just going to hold on to this M4. And a reminder that I am observing as well as casting. So it's like rubbing your belly and patting your head at the same time with two hands from different people. It's not the easiest task in the world, but I try to provide a good commentary either way. Also stealing our hearts. Aww. Well, Overtake with the momentum shift. They lose Jason on the exit, but other than that, nearly flawless second round for the force buy. I can't steal hearts. I already have the most important heart ever. Now, this does cause the money to be called into question for Brahmas. They are going to be on that low loss bonus, and on the CT side of Anubis, things can start to get crunchy very quickly. Sacrifice up towards A site early on as Slash with the scout going to delete Umar from the server. So already some adaptation being shown by Brahmas, bringing out the big Zoomy in mid. Molotov to try and flush Luck out of position. A little bit of burn damage caused. That is going to be information for the side of Overtake sector. Slash still holding his ground in mid, waiting for the push on in. Spots the shadow, and that door is going to be feeling the punishment. 4 versus 5 still as we creep past a minute. And Overtake starting to look very hungrily at this B-bomb site. Smoke's getting put down. They're going to start to separate Brahmas out. There's 3 players on the site for the Brahmas. And that scout for Slash could be a dangerous part of this. Ooh, the nade damage, though. If the wrap comes in for E-Box, Learsea going to handle one. But Ecstasy going to trade that one right back. Another shot out of Jason will lead us to the 2 versus 3. And Overtake sector continue their assault on this B-bomb site. Jumbo left all alone. Shot out of that Deagle gives him away. Sacrifice skates back on in to send him to the next round. As Overtake sector will take the second round and continue breaking down the economy of the Brahmas. No scout this round for Slash. Just going to be upgraded pistols all around on the CT side. They're going for something a little bit more aggressive out towards mid for these pistols. Could be very risky for Overtake if they're not careful. Umar off on his lonesome with the MAC-10. Might just be able to farm up some players. Molotov keeping them away from the door toward water. It's going to be a split attempt on the B-bomb site for Overtake sector. Jason, here's the players over towards bridge and just going to be farming them up. Oh, just runs out of ammo, and Slash trades that one back, but either way, the site has been overwhelmed and overcome and overtaken as the sector bring it to 3-1. And this will be the big test for Overtake sector to see if they really get to run away with this T side or not. The full buy now from Brahmas is going to be where we see if we even things out or not. Play to E-box, but the smokes are going to deny any coverage into water. Overtake sector really taking a serious look at the A-bomb site this time around, and much faster than in these previous rounds. Jumble going to be all alone. Smoke, though, will keep Overtake sector back for just a few more seconds, and it's an Overtake sector smoke as well, so maybe a little bit of a miscomm on that. Buys them the space, but loses them the time. Ecstasy trying to get reaggressed on in. The flash, though, doesn't do anything, and he'll be shredded up. An Overtake sector, they're not even looking rattled. They're looking cool as a cucumber as Brahmas start to rotate in towards B. Arg could be the big piece, but there's already players for Overtake facing this direction, so this flank might just be a blank. Execute in towards the A-bomb site, and Farg looking for something, though. He's going to spot one and able to handle Sacrifice, but the players out on the A-bomb site, how are they going to fare? Luck with the kill onto Intra. Ooh, I like that nade. It doesn't catch any damage, though. Meanwhile, Umar with the kill onto Slash brings us back to 2 versus 2, and Luck just stuck inside the smoke. He finally emerges, and Umar will be his victim. Leaves Jason alone in the 1 versus 2, and the flank will finish off the job as Brahmas even things out on the full buy. 2-3. And now things will get interesting, as there is plenty of money left on the side of Overtake sector. Jason, the only one that's really quite low, but the rest of the team, plenty rich.
Bomb has been defused. Counter-terrorists win.
Now the question is there even a route back in? Is Luck catching the early curious Sacrifice over toward B main, or over toward water through E-box? That's going to really put a better taste into the mouths of Overtake sector. Starting this round off quite low. That's the opera down as well, so Umar going to recover it, but question is, will that be enough? Again, Overtake sector really sticking to these slower rounds here on Anubis. "55 seconds left. Jason going to be caught here. Ooh, good damage through the wood wall for Ecstasy. It's enough for Overtake to make up their minds. They'll head into the A-bomb site, but Luck is waiting and ready. Farg as well with the first shots. Intra falls, turned into Swiss cheese. Farg with a double. Jason trades, but now they have to deal with his Opper, and Luck is not going down without a fight. Slash called in, and Brahmas rally two together. You know, I've got bad news for that copy pasta. It's true that FaZe Clan choked a 15-11 lead in CSGO Boston Major Final to give Cloud9 in North America their first major. Unfortunately, NRG choked a 12-0 lead to Big Clan, allowing the German team into Stage 2 of the IEM Cologne Major. And one last force buy. This is where Overtake managed to come alive earlier, so the lower caliber of weapons might be exactly how they break this open. Sacrifice spots a shoulder of ecstasy, but can't quite complete the kill. The 360 comes through. Oh gosh, you didn't know? Yeah, not only did NRG go from 12-0 to 12-12, they didn't win a single round after that. So Big Clan got to 16-12. Neither team, there was only a single terrorist round that was won in that game. There have been so many cinema games this major, which I should be focusing on the game at hand, but the major is too much fun to talk about. Speaking of things that are fun to talk about, Brahmas having a good round number 7 here as they've done some serious damage to the side of Overtake. E-site can be hit here. I like the nades in through the E-box hole. Does enough damage to allow this bomb to be planted in the 3 versus 3. But there's still a Jason on one whole hit point, and Slash going to be more than happy to relieve him of that hit point. Looking for more inside of B main, but the trade from Intra will bring this one back to a 2 versus 2, and a good touch onto the second kill for Intra. Jumble now questioning whether this is worth it. Feels like the damage has to have been called out. Intra's head going to be lopped right off by the MP7, and Jumble on 16 bullets is going to go flying in, but Umar will remind him there's one more player here. And Overtake sector, after a rough couple rounds, regain into this one. So we went from an Overtake that could maybe be running away with this game to now a game that is very much going to start flipping back and forth for the entirety of this half. Everybody's money basically drained, so whoever wins this round is going to get a few more rounds on the board. Jason, with a really risky slash flying through the smoke, handles business, and Umar Zop is able to delete ecstasy from the server. Means now Overtake with the man advantage. Jason going to make sure to hold down this rotation. The rest of the team lines up inside of A main. We may back this one off just a little bit. Look for the timing, and Farg will catch him instead. That leaves 3 players for Brahmas to look to hold this site off, but they're going to be set at the gate and the doors slammed in their face as Overtake with the kills send Farg packing away. Likely to not be a retake here. 1 versus 4. Basically impossible, even with the kit, which he doesn't have a kit. He doesn't have a smoke. All he really has is hopes and dreams that this doesn't allow Overtake to run away with too much, because the loss bonus has been eliminated for Brahmas. So this next round, they're going to be going in with just this saved rifle. So having this is going to be of utmost importance. I love how exploding keeps getting all the drops. Ooh, risky business here for Brahmas, but it pays off. The M4 Farg, along with the pistols, able to steal away a couple of rifles, but there might not be enough time to reclaim them for Brahmas. That A site has already been overcome. ESEA has arrived. Now things get dangerous. Slash with the AK. Waiting to see if Sacrifice, or waiting to see if anybody peeks out. Nobody will show themselves, and with the smoke for cams, Overtake get this A site for free now. Couple of kills mowed down inside of A main. Means that should be Overtake on 6.
Bomb has been planted.
Ooh, Slash, that's a little bit risky. Spraying back through the smoke is always something that you're going to be a little bit worried about, as Umar removes Farg from the equation. Good trade in through cams. Might allow an entry, but Sacrifice denies. That'll leave Luck alone to save this one up. 1 versus 2. He's just waiting to see if Umar is available, and he is. So Op going to be recovered for the CT side as that bomb goes off, and Overtake will secure their 6th round. Let's go OT. You're a little bit early for OT. We're only not even into the first half yet. Now, Overtake could really make this one painful for Brahmas if they win this round. 6-3, and presented with an opportunity to maybe make it a 7 or 8. Could be very tempting already. ESEA getting into position early. Say bomb site going to fall under threat very soon. Jumble backing away, trying to hold this one off at the gates, just waiting for them on cake. Trying just not to give away too much information. Oh. Now, Execute gonna fly in. Jumble, though, lines up 2 and rumbles Overtake sector. Everybody headed in through cams now. Luck gonna be the first one in on the AWP. He's got a teammate behind him, but Slash has already been naded out of this one, and Umar trades him up. 2 versus 2. The final Brahmas sector, Brahmas players arrive on the site. Ecstasy, though, gonna be Umar's next target. And the peek on over, just as a distraction, as Sacrifice lines up Farg. 7-3, is now Overtake really heating up. That's just, it's a good changeup out of Overtake. They realize that they've been playing these rounds so slow that the moment they get a whiff of the fact that there's not a stack on the A-bomb site, they just take it right to the goal. Now with 2 rounds left in the half, now Brahma's going to be very nervous. Ooh, we do have the hole peak, though. Umar waiting for this, and he's rewarded his patience. The AWP picks up a 3rd. He's going to look for this 4th player now. Farg on the FAMAS. And he's on for the ace, but I don't think he'll be gifted it as ESEA waiting outside of main for Jumble. Headshots. And it'll be Overtake sector on 8 rounds at the half. Will they take 9? Do I hear 9? The money not great for Brahmas, so very good chance of a 9-3 half for Overtake sector. Only a handful of rifles left on the side of Brahmas, and the economy has been ruined to such a degree that they don't have a singular kit. So if this bomb goes down, very good chance that Overtake sector will take the round away. So these anchor players are going to have a ton of weight on their shoulders as the first smokes start to land. Farg deploying the flashbang, trying to hold back Overtake for just a second. Slash standing in fire, gets melted down as the B bomb site gets steamrolled by Jason, Umar, and Sacrifice. Jumble and Ecstasy left standing to try and retake this, but it is tall order asked of them. Ecstasy, fails the silent drop. Is he just going to go in through the smoke? It looks like he is. Learsea on the other side of this. Brahmas have been so disconnected from this site, and that bomb is already halfway ticked down with a 10-second defuse. It's basically over as it is, but Overtake will make sure to put the final nail in the coffin. 6 rounds in a row as Overtake will make this a 9-3 T-side. I see the Overtake fan club has arrived in chat. Love to see it. I mean, that's part of the fun of streaming, right? Is you do get the fans to show up and hang out and chat. Well, I do have a little bit of... I do kind of like what Brahmas are going with. Just a nice silent drop. Everyone headed toward the A-bomb site. We'll see what Jason has in store for them. These dualies at the gate. Oh my goodness, 2 shots, 2 kills. The heads have been obliterated off of Brahmas. And already it's looking fine. Jason with a 3rd. Now Farg and Jumble. They've lost their teammates. They'll aim to get the bomb down all the same. Farg holding down Heaven, trying to stop them from intervening. He will. Now the question is, can they hold off the retake? Intrend Sacrifice will decline. Bomb goes down, but the will be defused all the same. So Overtake on double digits after the pistol.
Counter-terrorists win.
Looking very, very good. Start of this one. Now Brahma's going to be forced into very awkward situation. Slash going in with the Deagle Peak, and the AK able to pick up the pieces. This is where things get a little bit awkward after the bomb plant. The force buy can be very questionable. You never know what you're going to be facing. I'm sure Intra thought that it was going to be a clean round for him, but the second swing always going to make things difficult for you. Ooh, good find on Umar as well. Trying to get activated early on, but will be caught and removed. Now, 3 versus 4 on the defense. Brahmas not going to be testing their luck too early. Full execute of Util out on site. That is going to call the retake in for the side of Overtake, but that bomb should be planted as well. So, we like the Molotov though, but far a little bit too far away. Bomb planted, and this retake going to be quite difficult. Old Brahma is really staying on the site too. They could have gotten away from this, but they're staying to handle business. Humble, first one up to the plate. Good kill for Sacrifice, but he leaves Jason in a really difficult spot. 1 versus 3. Jason going to elect for the save. Too many teammates lost on the approach for Overtake. They will concede this one to Brahmas. We actually get a pretty similar opening to the last half.
Terrorists win.
This is the first map, yes. Map number 1, picked by Overtake Sector. Jason trying to take early presence versus Brahmas, but they will be, the flashing and the smoke will allow them all out. And this B's site looking fairly weak off the rip here. Sacrifices Deeg. Has to be thirsty. Bloodthirsty to be exact, as Brahma's looking to take space. Umar going to be pushed out into the open by the Molotov and melted by Jumble. Oh, the spot by Intra could be huge, but he's spotted by Luck. And just going to be forming the tip of the spear, ramming right into the heart of Overtake Sector. Sacrifice with a headshot on that one Deeg. But Jason now left alone in the 1 versus 3. Good damage onto the remaining Brahmas. Going to be confirmed onto Slash. So 1 versus 2, very winnable. No kit in the hands of Jason. No smokes either. Brahma's going to get out of dodge as well. They're going to make sure that this retake is slow and painful. Jason going to peek towards main, but timing does not favor him. Oh, he's made a footstep. Brahmas know he's here now. They can wait, though. He hasn't gone for the defuse. It's going to be a full 10-second defuse. He doesn't have time. Jumble just waiting for him. Going to fall, but Brahmas have won the round. So, losing a player, not that big of a deal. And there's still money left on the side of Brahmas. Force by failing the side of Overtake Sector. So, they're going to give Brahmas a rope back into this game. The Major looks very different from this POV. It sure does. I've been saying this game is going from, you know, fine cinema like Goodfellas or The Godfather to trashy reality TV like Jersey Shore. But sometimes you need that, you know? Brahma's just going to accelerate through mid, steamrolling the Overtake players in their path, trying to force them out into the open. Jason going to be proving a little bit more dangerous. Luck goes for the first shot, pulls out the Glock, and Overtake are all but handled.
Bomb has been planted.
Learcy, 1 versus 4, just going to try and recover a weapon. Loss bonus, though, going to start to stack up here for Overtake Sector, so, you know, they did have a nice comfortable lead coming in from the other side. Ooh. And Deagle going to be removed as well. All right, full repurchase from the Overtake side. No kits, so they're looking for the kills. They're looking to stop this bomb plant before it happens. Oh, Farg looking for early information off the B-bomb site. There's no smoke here. He's going to find bullets instead. Learcy, start this one off. Repelling Overtake off of the... Or repelling Brahmas off of the B-bomb site. maybe taking some extra ground here. Great information found to know that there's no one toward that B-bomb site, and we can see Overtake on the minimap already starting to hustle back toward that A-bomb site, at least try to take mid-control as well. Oh, Luck going in first with the AWP. This could be very dangerous. Intro watching from heaven. He spotted the timing. Oh, just barely misses the shot. And that's going to offer up some time for Overtake to get into position. Intro with the trade, but it's not enough to hold Brahmas off the site. Molotov's going to shove Overtake back outside. And actually right into the hands of Ecstasy. To try and cut down this rotation. First shot's miss, and now he's given away. Meanwhile, Umar on the site with a kill of his own, but Jumble trades 2 back. And that'll leave Sacrifice all on his own. Can he get this 1 versus 2? He hears a player accelerating nearby, but it's Jumble with a 4K to stand tall for Brahmas. And now things start to get a little bit awkward for Overtake Sector. Back to pistols for the Overtake side. This is getting dangerous. The money not too built up for Brahmas just yet, but this is a round where things could really start to get out of control for Overtake Sector. Can't be risking too many kills, but with the flashes, he's going to have the information and the timing to peek in, and Intra and Jason hit the ground. So already the double entry for Brahmas. Now Umar called in to try and fix the mistakes of his teammates, but he's only got a USP. He does some damage, but it's not enough for the kill. On the other side of the map, though, a good kill from Learseat leaves Brahmas down to 4. But they've completely cut Sacrifice out of this round. Cam's going to be just covered up by smokes and fires, and not going to be really an opportunity for Overtake to re-enter the A-bomb site. See, they've already decided to go for the save. Ooh, maybe a catch here, though. Ecstasy is feeling bloodthirsty.
Terrorists win.
Timeout for Overtake. Trying to slow the roll just a little bit of Brahmas. They're on just a massive streak so far. 5 rounds in a row. This is where you start to question whether you can really close this one out. This is where things get a little bit iffy. So it's good to see Overtake slowing things down, taking a little breather. They've rearmed into round number 19. Umar with the AWP once again. Going to go for the early peek over by Hole. Oh, he's going to get burned out. That's going to give him away. And Luck more than happy to collect. Molotov toward Hole. Just proving to be too much here. And Brahmas takes the early duels. Gotta feel awkward if you're Overtake Sector. Your big green down so very early. Already, they're not making this a secret. They're getting themselves toward this B bomb site in a hurry. Going to be a split. Sacrifice with the smoke on in. Oh, Flash doesn't quite blind him. Good smoke to try and hold off the re-aggression from main, but Learcy able to reposition while Intra falls on the backside. But it's enough. Overtake have put enough bullets into the fray that Brahmas now concede B, rotate back around. Question for Overtake is they've got the kits, but the util has actually been cut down to size quite painfully with the AWP of Luck and Jumble hopping up into bricks. Overtake have lost 2 more. Learcy alone in the 1 versus 4, but he's already been lined up. Jumble flattens him. And Brahma's now taking this within 1 round of Overtake sector. A little bit of a desperation buy coming in for Overtake. Pistols, but also rifles. These force buys, those are where some of the best plays have happened. So maybe a little bit of chaos is exactly what the CT side needs. They've got 4 players in mid as well, which the stat could actually pay off for them big time. Intra taking the early duels to try and confuse things away from mid. And it works out. Umar and Intra teaming up. Double kill. And Intra good for even more. He just sacrifice flattens Farg and leaves Luck all alone. So a little bit of chaos and a little bit of good fortune finds Overtake finally. Luck spotted one over toward the corner, but the flashes will continue to force him away. Eat up this. Oh my goodness, the no scope. Intra going to be feeling quite sour off of that. That is Luck really living up to the name. No scope through the smoke. But it is going to be a likely save. No bomb for Luck, just trying to avoid losing this weapon. Ooh, it might happen either way, though. Learcy outmaneuvers, but it just barely falls to the Tech 9. There will be the round for Overtake sector, but with the money that Brahmas have built up, they're more than happy to just hold on to the op and plan things one more time. Only 2 more rounds needed for Overtake sector, so at this point, even if you're losing players, you're still happy with round wins just to close the game out one way or another. This time, though, there's enough utility for Overtake to hold Brahmas back just a little bit, force them to play slow, because it's been some really fast-paced rounds out of the Brahmas. Have kept Overtake on the back foot round after round, so giving it a little juice in the other direction is never going to be a bad thing for you on that CT side. Brahmas, though, plenty of utility on their side to just try and wear down Overtake, and Sacrifice will be the first one to fall in this war of attrition. Learcy now left alone on an island toward this B-bomb site as Brahmas start to rotate in, but Jason appears to try and help out his teammate. Good kill onto Farg, but Ecstasy with the trade, and that bomb is going down in this 4 versus 3. Nothing Overtake can do about it. Oh, Jason goes in for one more peek and gets evaporated by the AWP. That might just be the save time for Overtake. Umar is shaking his head. He doesn't want a piece of this. So Brahmas secure the 10th round. This game that looked so very out of control for Brahmas, now looking much more peaceful for them.
Terrorists win.
Now, it feels like there's one last chance for Overtake to try and bring this one over the line. Otherwise, Brahmas are just going to crush them with the economy. I mean, Jumble, after... Jumble's on 5 digits. Luck is on 5 digits. Slash is on $6,000. Brahmas are feeling very wealthy. Even in the rounds they lose, they're feeling good. Trying to bully open this A-bomb site. Oh, Molly to send intra packing. And the AWP will shrivel him away. Already an opening kill. Jason now all by his lonesome, but able to answer back through the smoke. Okay. Able to get down below Cake as well, but Jumble will spot him. Oh, this is dirty. Jumble just... Brahmas, after the fake towards A, just leave this and head right back B. There's not enough money left on Overtake. Umar is stuck on... Oh, no, he's not stuck on the P250. He's just using it because he's walking. But this is where heroics would have to come in for Overtake to try and take this over the line. Smoke in their path. Oh, Molly goes nowhere. The nade, though, is to be feeling very painful, but Umar... still able to spot Farg through the smoke. Slash just biding his time. Ecstasy on the other side. This is going so well for Brahmas. They're holding all the cards. And they put down the winning hand. 11 all. As Overtake steamrolled on the B-bomb site. Oh, this is not what you want to see going into these final few rounds. It's been such a one-sided affair on the T sides, which kind of what you expect on Anubis. But man, it's going to sting if you pick the map and you're just having this much trouble. Oh, luck. Those scopes are going to be heard by the window player. Jason knows what's next to him. Molotov gonna force him away, though. Has to fall back, and that's space earned, taken by Brahmas. They continue to push toward this B-bomb site. They're actually using the hole better as a T side than the CTs are getting to use it. It's so great to see how the teams have adapted to this map change. Not gonna be too happy with that adaptation if you're Overtake sector. I like that nade. A little bit of softening up of the players inside of E-Box, but already the campaign begins. 2-for-2 trade, and it continues to snowball for Brahmas. Jumble rattles sacrifice. Jason trying to enter on in from E-Box. He will find Slash, but 1-for-1s are not what you want at this point in the round, and it's Intra all alone trying to make his way through the smoke with Jumble on the other side. And Brahmas will take that 12th round. Come out ahead of Overtake at the 11th hour. All right, so Brahmas is taking a timeout. There is a kit for Overtake sector. Keep an eye on Sacrifice, because this kit could be the difference between Overtime and a 13-11. The util definitely leaving something to be desired from Overtake sector. No AWP either. Umar has been somewhat pivotal. Score at the half was 9-3 in the favor of Overtake sector. To come back to this, a 9-round response by the Brahmas. Will they make it a 10th? They're looking clean with it so far. Overtake have found success in mid, just going for heavy chaos, but this time they're playing a little bit more of a disciplined defense, having their anchors hold towards sites. Question is, do Brahmas know about hole? And Luck is absolutely aware that a player could be standing there. Molotov just trying to melt through Jason, and the fire spreads. He'll burn to bits. Already man advantage on the side of Brahmas. They'll start that slow crawl toward the B-bomb site to close this one out. Nade might give them away. Rotation hasn't started yet for Overtake, but Umar will be the first one over. Smoke's buying them just a little bit more time to get into positions. Brahmas might have held still for just long enough. Brahmas have tested this before. They faked the site before. And Umar decides to leave. As they head through the smoke, oh my goodness, Sacrifice lines up too, and Intra and Learsea combine together to send Brahmas packing off of their B-bomb site. Finally, the positions required for Overtake to win one on the CT side. And we go to overtime. Overtake OT. Both are OT. Oh boy. Oh boy. Overtake with the triple op setup. It's not Dust 2. It is an op-friendly map. I don't know if it's that op-friendly. Jason, Umar, and Sacrifice all picking up the big green for Overtake sector on the CT side. Question is this enough of a curveball that it's able to confuse Brahmas? A lot of util being deployed early on here, but Jason at cameras feels like what's going to be the one taking first contact for Overtake. Farg on the other side, jiggling away, waiting for the util, waiting for the right signal to start driving into this one. Really, Overtake, or Brahmas are up early, but not early enough. Umar shuts down Luck. It feels like that fight's gone the other way so many times, but with 50 seconds remaining, Brahmas are going to try to head toward the A-bomb site, and they get slaughtered. Jumble, the last one standing, Intra just maneuvering around platform, trying to outbrain him, and he absolutely will. Overtake, after spending so long on CT side suffering, will finally take a round and take the advantage back. So the triple up setup favors Overtake. If they lose a round, though, the money is going to be completely shot. Like, make no mistake, this is a big risk, a big gamble that Overtake are playing into these rounds. Ooh, Slash, are you going to try to push through the smoke? He might. He does. ESEA here for him, ready and waiting. Takes his head off. Nice haircut to start off the round, and Sacrifice still holding steady around Obelisk. Able to send Brahmas packing. They just leave Jumble. Try and catch a rotator if he can. A little bit of a lurk, but ends up getting flattened. Brahmas will test mid now. 3 versus 5. And all 3 are here. Entra can go huge, but he splits the difference. Good damage on Ecstasy and Farg. Not enough for the kills. With all these ops, damage doesn't really matter. It's a one shot or nothing. And Umar are going to demonstrate. Farg and Luck now, 2 versus 4. As the rest of Overtake start to encroach. It's ESEA with the AK, but not able to handle Luck's op. Are there even ever any other guns in the game? It might as well just be the AWP or nothing, but Umar's misses. That might offer Brahmas an avenue back into this. 2 versus 3. Defending the bomb. There are kits on the side of Overtake. That is crucial. Jason going to be the first one on site as the AWPs will clean up the remaining players. And Overtake secure second round in overtime. They're looking for 16 as a reminder.
Bomb has been defused. Counter-terrorists win.
Well, Overtake sector finally getting the little shot of adrenaline that they need as we roll into overtime. One thing I think is kind of amusing about the scoreboard as we look across all of these players is Jumble's on 31. No one on Overtake is into the 30s yet. It's Umar and Jason on 23 and 24. But there's no like standout star for Overtake. They're really playing well as a team, all working in tandem. Ooh, this one looking like a fast B hit, though, on the side of Brahmas. E-Box going to be cleared out by the util, but ESEA can't be cleared out. Trying to add another Molotov for good measure as Sacrifice burns through. ESEA doubles up. Jumble with the trade. These 2 AKs left on the site. They're so low now. Jumble on 3 whole hit points. Slash on 43. And the op for Sacrifice will find Slash, leaving Jumble all alone. 3 hit points versus 3 players with 50 seconds to spare. Bomb doesn't matter as Jason will put the barrel in his face. 15 rounds for Overtake sector. Just about to steal away this win. That is just about as solid of a CT side overtime as you can get. Overtake sector should be feeling fairly good with themselves, but obviously they can't play too sloppy now that they've switched to T side. Otherwise, overtime going to be all they hear. Early util into position, but Slash trying to get his own. It's a double op setup from Brahmas now as well. I guess we're watching Dust 2 instead of Anubis with all of these AWPs, and as I say that, op with the opening kill for the round. Umar deletes Slash from the server. That's one of the ops dropped for Brahmas. They know they may as well fully invest as every round could very well be their last, and more looking like it. Arg looking for some control outside of B main will be denied. Luck could be the difference maker here. Here's ESEA as he's pushing up through canals, and Bullet flattens him, but Jason in for the trade. Not expecting the second player is the downfall. And Jumble left in the 1 versus 4. M4 with all of the work to do only gets the 1 kill as he's traded out immediately. Overtake sector, take it in overtime. 16-12 for map number 1. So now we click this button to end the current prediction.